Whoa! What just happened today? The Toronto Blue Jays on the verge of getting swept by the New York Yankees, getting demolished in Game 1, 12-3, getting shut out 4-0 yesterday, and we're on the verge of getting swept. And heck, halfway through this game, we were on the verge of getting swept. But the Jays make the comeback, down 8-3, and win 10-9 over the New York Yankees and salvage the finale and end their winning streak. And I think if they won the game today, they would have been the best record in franchise history through a certain game stretch or something like that. Well, that did not happen because the Jays win at 10-9 and are now 38-28 on the year, and finally the offense breaks through. We did not expect this to happen today. Why? Luis Severino on the mound for the Yankees, Yusei Kikuchi on the mound for the Blue Jays. That's a disaster waiting to happen. However, bottom of the first inning, after Kikuchi walks a guy and hits a guy in the top half, but somehow doesn't give up a run, Vladdy comes up with Bo Bichette on because he walked. And Vladdy, first pitch, dead red fastball, inner half, 95 mile an hour on the gun. Vladdy turns on it and crushes it on a line to left field. And it has the wings to go out of the ballpark for a 2-run shot. And the Jays lead at 2-0 early. All right, great start. However, after the 2-run shot, I'm jacked up like the boys got the 2-0 lead. It's a homer for Vladdy. Oh, wait. You're playing the Yankees, and Yusei Kikuchi's on the hill. This is not going to look good here. They need a miracle still. And if you guys have watched my videos in the past, and you know baseball well enough, you know that when you score runs, like the Jays did in the bottom half of the first inning, you want a 0 in the top half to turn your lineup right over again in the bottom half of the second and keep that mojo flowing. Well, that did not happen, because in the top of the second inning, Gleyber Torres hits a solo shot and cuts the deficit in half. It's now a 2-1 Jays lead. You know, and then the bottom half of the second comes around, the Jays do not score. But there's the next thing, right? They score in the top half of the second, they get the clean bottom half, you go to the top of the third inning, and Donaldson takes a 2-run shot. And after getting hit in the first inning and not being very pleased about it, but again, it's a 2-run shot, Joey Gallo scores, and just like that, the Yankees are in front 3-2. Great! Then the top of the fifth inning rolls around, and they bring in Adam Simmer because Kikuchi, they've only gotten 4 innings of 3-run ball, and that's all. They've seen enough. He's walked 2, hit 2. That's it. We don't need any more. They bring in Adam Simmer, and he wasn't any good. Aaron Judge rips an RBI double. Joey Gallo scores. Again, this is what we were worried about, right? This offense, a 2-0 deficit for the Yankees is about that much of a worry. It's really not. And then Gleyber Torres hits a 2-run double. Judge and LeMahieu score, and just like that, the lead is up to 6-2 in the fifth. And every Jays fan at this point, for the most part at least, is sitting here like, well, we just got swept, and we've lost 4 straight. This is ugly. Bottom half of the fifth inning, George Springer hits a solo bomb off of Severino, making it 6-3. But we're all like, boo, you're still down 3 to the Yankees. Still don't look good. And then the top half of the sixth inning, the Blue Jays bring out Maximo Castillo, the youngin who's never pitched in the big leagues before. And he gives a back-to-back shots to Kyle Higashioka and Marwin Gonzalez. Not the 2 names you'd expect to go deep back-to-back in your first big league inning, but they do. And now you're down to 8-3. You're down 5 runs in the 6th inning. It feels just about over for the Toronto Blue Jays, right? But hold on. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Blue Jays get a couple base runners on. Severino gets pulled. They bring in former Blue Jay, Miguel Castro. Now, anybody Jays fan like, well, Miguel Castro, how's he a former Blue Jay? Well, Jays fans, if you remember, back when Roberto Osuna, oh yeah, we remember that name, came up to the big leagues there in 2015. He brought a battery mate with him initially. It was Miguel Castro. Struggled a bit in the big leagues to start, right? Ended up getting sent back to the minor leagues. Later got dealt to Colorado in the Troy Tulowitzki trade. He's bounced around a little bit. The Mets, the Orioles, now the Yankees. And hold on. And then Chapman walks, I believe, to load the bases. And there's 2 out, right? So you're not expecting a whole lot here. But Gurriel gets a fastball on the inner half. And he crushes this to left center, and it's gone. Grand slam for Lourdes Gurriel Jr. This guy is a machine with the bases loaded. We all know back to last year with the Oakland A's when the Jays were down by a bunch late and it's a grand slam to tie and they end up walking it off. Simeon hits the home run to walk it off against the A's, which leads to a 4-game sweep of the Athletics, which leads to the crazy run to the finish that we had. And now it's an 8-7 ball game. It's a 1-run game. It's only the 6th inning. Lots of baseball to play. However, you're still down 1 to the really good New York Yankees. And keeping them down offensively isn't going to be very easy. And the Jays' bullpen ain't very good. So we shall see how this rest of the game plays out. Well, what do I always say, guys? I mean, you want a 0 in the next half inning after you just scored 4. And Jimmy Garcia was outstanding. Goes 1, 2, 3 in that top of the 7th inning. Turns that lineup around so they get right back on the offense again. And then Vladdy gets on base, right? He gets, did he walk or did he get a single? I can't remember what happened. No, sorry, Kirk got on. Right? No, it was Vladdy, then Kirk gets on. So you have 2 on. I believe there was 1 out, and I'm like, okay, well, time runs at second base in scoring position. And Teoscar Hernandez with Wandy Peralta, who's been great for the Yankees this year. It looked like a changeup, something soft. It was less than 90 on the outer half, but middle. And Teoscar Hernandez crushes it to center. He drops the bat. A 3-run bomb for Teo, and the Jays take the lead. It's 10-8. In back-to-back innings, the Jays hit a grand slam and a 3-run shot, and they have the lead. What? Oh, no one saw this one coming. However, you still need 6 outs. You still need 6 outs. And we go to the top half of the 8th inning, right? And Jimmy Garcia gets the first guy, right? I think it was Aaron Hicks. Gets him out, right? Gets this 4th guy out of his outing. Fantastic job. They bring in Tim Mesa, and Rizzo goes yard. And we're like, okay, it's 10-9. Then they get 2 base runners on base, right? I think one was a single past Vladdy, and he seemed to be okay after that. And then a walk, I believe it was after that. I can't remember exactly what happened. But they had 2 on and 1 out, the tying run, at second base. And I was thinking about this because I was in the middle of work at the time. And I thought to myself, while Tim Mesa's out there just scuffling, he's been through 3 guys, I'm like, you know what? Romano has not pitched a lot at all in the month of June. Go out there and give me a 5-out save. Lo and behold, I checked the score app, and I'm like, Romano's out there. And man, oh man, did he mow him down. Gets I think he got LeMahieu to fly out to Tapia and right, and then struck out Aaron Judge in the high fastball. And to end that tough frame that he had there in the top half of the 8th inning, Jays don't score in the bottom half of the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th, and he gets the first guy out, and then gets a little dicey there with 2 out, and guys at second and third, and with Rizzo at the plate, and he gets him to ground out to Espinal to end the ball game. And the Blue Jays salvage the finale. Yes, I understand you still lost the series, but we're here to live in the now. And the Yankees are a phenomenal baseball team. We've learned that over the series. Heck, I mean, with the record like that, what do you expect, right? You know they're going to be a damn good squad. And you won 10-9 today. It's not like you cleaned their clock, but you won the ball game. And for Blue Jay fans, look, we know the division's pretty, I wouldn't say out of reach because there's still a ton of ball game to play, but you're like double-digit lead backs, and the Yankees are playing unworldly right now. So the odds of catching them, about that big. But, we're talking about that wild card race, this and that, with the Rays losing to the Orioles today. The Jays gained a game on them. The Red Sox won today, so you kind of stayed back where you were there. Just a massive win for the Blue Jays, not just on the standings side of things, but for their mentality, right? Because they've been beaten down. They lost 10-2 to the Orioles, 12-3 to the Yankees, and then 4-0 to the Yankees. They've been just absolutely beat down the last 3 days. They had to figure it out, and they were getting beat down today, but they found a way to come back and win it. It was a gutsy effort for the Blue Jays, and they needed it. They really, really needed it. All right, let's get to the team stats here real quick. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., phenomenal day in the office for Vladdy. He went 2 for 3 in the game with 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and obviously the 2-run shot that he hit. He also walked twice as well, so got on base 4 of the 5 times that he came to the dish. A very good day in the office for Vladdy. And Alejandro Kirk may have gone 0 for 2, but he scored 2 runs. You know why? The man walked 3 times. We all know he walks more than he strikes out. He's hitting over 300, an on base of almost 400. Probably, he might actually be 400 now, but He's been phenomenal. Does a heck of a job getting on base and just kind of keeping that line moving. And even Matt Chapman, I wrote down 0 for 2 as well, but he has scored a run because he walked twice as well. The Jays had 8 walks in the game, and they made them count. You make them pay for their mistakes, and the Jays did that this afternoon. 7 hits total. You didn't get a whole lot of offense, but when you got guys on, you brought them home. 7 of your runs were on 2 swings of the bat with Teo and Lourdes, right? You got to make them pay for mistakes, and they did. Jays did strike out 11 times today, but you scored 10 runs. Doesn't matter. Pitching-wise, Yusei Kikuchi, again, wasn't very good. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying. His stuff is so nasty, but my gosh, when you're going out there and giving me 4 innings, only allowing 3 hits, but hitting 2 guys and walking 2 guys, giving up 2 home runs, I'm like, 2 of the 3 hits were bombs. I'm like, why is this not making any sense to me? But whatever, he gets out in the 4th because they clearly don't trust him. Adam Zimmer goes out there, goes an inning, has 3 hits and 3 runs. He walks a guy and strikes out 2. So he wasn't very good in his inning of work. And then Maximo Castillo in his big league debut goes an inning, has 2 hits, both solo bombs, gets a strikeout, but that wasn't very good. But then the bullpen job of Jimmy Garcia, who is the unsung hero in today's game, went an inning and a third, struck out 3 guys. And that was in between that grand slam and the 3-run bomb to keep the offense hot. And he did a great job of that. Obviously, Tim Mays didn't get an out, allowed 2 hits, a run, and a walk, so that was pretty ugly for him. But Jordan Romano, who we haven't seen in a little while, went an inning and 2/3, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts to pick up the save, and he was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And this is the Blue Jays team we've all grown to know and love. A team that scores a lot and just makes us stress for, at all times. Right? It's pretty crazy stuff. Now, Jays fans, the boys now hit the road. I believe they're in Chicago, Milwaukee, and I believe Boston, or does Boston come here? Either way, it's Milwaukee, or Chicago, then Milwaukee. Berrios versus Lance Lynn tomorrow night. It's an 8:10 first pitch there. Kevin Gausman, Dylan Cease, 8:10 first pitch there. That's on Tuesday night. And Ross Stripling versus Lucas Giolito. That's a 2:10 first pitch there on Wednesday. And before I wrap this thing up, Yankee fans, I just want to thank you all so much for all the love and support you've given myself and the channel over the last couple of days. My God, we've given over almost 200 subs in the last 2 games. I've never seen that growth in this page, and I really do thank you guys so much for that. 5,000 views per video. It's ridiculous, but I thank you guys a million for it. If you're on, you're watching this one, I know it's a Jays win, but if you are on, you're watching it, I do appreciate it wholeheartedly. All right? Now, Jays fans, like I said, we move on to the Chicago White Sox starting tomorrow night. They hit the road after this win. I'm hoping this win maybe sparks something for this team. We'll have to wait and see, though. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game this afternoon, smack the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game today. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up, send me DM, that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Nation, of course, tomorrow night. Game 1 of the 3-game set in Chicago, taking on the White Sox. Jose Berrios, Lance Lynn, 8:10 first pitch there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and definitely the ball game today. We'll talk to you guys then.